White wine. Well, that is a name I haven't heard in quite a long time.
Oh, I thought you were doing Morgan Freeman again.
Oh, white wine.
White wine.
White wine.
Is that it? White wine.
Ended.
White wine crawled through a mile of shit.
Morgan Freeman crawled through a mile of white wine.
It's not bad.
It's pretty good.
I want to shit on it, but it's pretty good.
Ho, ho, ho! Happy DocMas residents!
Oh, happy... Wait.
Ching, 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 ching. That's right.
Holy shit.
This is episode number 3 of the 12 Days of DocMas. 2.
It's white wine DocMas.
Why don't you? Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll do this every year.
Yeah, I can't imagine a scenario where this goes so poorly that we swear off it forever.
I mean, what's crazy is that we're almost to episode 100.
I know. Could you
89,
imagine?
so close.
Sorry, I just want to be clear. So we are doing this bit. We're pretending that this is... We did not lose the episode.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll cut this out.
I
can't wait for episode 100.
I'm still married and everything. I'm gonna have a baby soon.
Yeah, let's go downstairs and eat with your wife.
And have a spessatine, because that was white wine. Yeah,
We did have.
yeah.
We do have spessatine. And our friends will stop by.
That's
we might even get brandy beans.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll call Kyle Clark.
And wines of other colors.
That's right. Yeah,
we don't know what will happen.
Yeah, we have no idea
because we haven't lived it.
Maybe I'll get alopecia.
I think what's going to happen is you will develop a bunch of autoimmune things that are actually just psychosomatic stress triggers.
Because I'm in an unhappy marriage?
I mean, you said it. Your words.
Couldn't be that. Everything's so good and fine.
I just hope we don't lose the studio.
No, we wouldn't. How could we lose the studio?
Where would we record?
I own a house.
Where would we record if not here, upstairs in your house you have with your wife?
Yeah, how could any of this change?
To things lasting forever.
Everything's going to be all right. That's right. Each week.
This is recording, right? We're not going to lose this.
I couldn't. I've been doing 89 of these episodes. Do you think I'm going to lose one?
I'm sorry. You're only a couple of glasses of white wine in.
Yeah. This is fine. Shit. Do we do we have to do another glass of wine after this, don't we?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
continuing on all the way to 12.
All day long.
Yeah. But man, just you wait till you see your present.
Yes, that's this year.
I think, isn't it?
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I
think it was.
It might be next year.
Yeah, this might be the T-shirt.
Because I'm trying to remember the seating layout that we have today.
Yes,
and it's different.
Yeah. I think you might be right, because I think that was there was a table.
Yeah, and I think we will be facing a different wall.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Yeah, I'm glad that we both knew what the bit was before we started.
Bit?
Yeah.
This episode, like every episode every year of DocMas.
Yep.
We do 12 episodes.
Second year, but, too strong.
Yeah. We'll see.
Well,
this is the 3rd day of the 12 days leading up to Christmas.
Absolutely.
This is day 3.
On the 3rd day of Doc.
That was the first year.
Oh, fuck, sorry.
That was the first year.
Cut this out.
Yeah. God, remember when... Oh, God, we used to do so much.
Yeah, we do so much.
But God, yeah, we're so invested in this because I don't have a job I care that much about, and... this is just the way we do it.
Yeah. And you're not trying to escape from anything.
Well, what would I want to escape from?
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Everything's going so well.
I got everything I ever wanted. How could I be unhappy?
You're not desperately trying to find more hours in the week to spend podcasting.
No, I enjoy so much of how my life is and it will be.
Yeah.
of it.
of this.
So we answer questions that you send in,
That's right.
and we got those.
Mailbag style.
We got those.
Mailbag style, possibly from the future.
Oh my God. Oh my, how is that even possible?
Well,
AI is a thing one day we'll talk about.
honestly, I don't know if this is a thing I can keep up. Cut this out.
Oh, would you rather do voices the whole episode? That's something that maybe will happen in the future.
I love to do voices.
Oh my God, are you gonna fuck Santa?
One day.
So let's answer some of the questions.
Okay, let's do it.
Beginning on Facebook.
Going to the face in the book. Going to the. Oh, fuck.
Oh, going to the. Yeah, we all want to go there to the. Fuck. I fucking dare you to do that in Instagram. I swear to God. After that, fucking better not hear any fucking squeeze squam bullshit. This is the second DocMas. You don't even know. Gary Anchetta asks, what DC event, character, or storyline made you stop reading DC for a while? What made you pick up DC Comics again? I mean, this is interesting because you stopped. You jumped back in at New 52, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's maybe disingenuous to say I stopped and then jumped back
Because
in.
of a story.
Because it's not like I was reading comics contemporary in the 90s.
No,
like,
your dad was showing you stuff and you liked it.
I was reading just whatever I had,
Yeah.
but I wasn't following it, you know? But I was watching cartoons and I like Batman movies and whatever, like all that kind of shit. But
I would be curious to see what made you jump in. Like, New 52 was happening, but did you hear about it? Or
when the New 52 first started, I did jump in with number ones and that. But here's something funny that I'm not sure I've shared in our 89 episodes.
Yeah.
Is that I got super frustrated because I was like, why would they stop the story here? And I was like, okay, well, where's the next issue? I was like, I gotta wait a month. Like, I had no knowledge of how comics work.
Sure, yeah.
I was just like, why would you put this out like this?
That is the most you thing I've heard.
And then I'd wait a month and I'd read an issue and I'd be like, this blows. And so I hopped onto the New 52. I was trying to read a few things. I probably got like 3 issues in and I was like, fuck this.
I'm going to go back, I guess. Yeah.
And then I didn't come back until Forever Evil. So kind of like 2 years into the New 52. And then by then, I was like,
enough had come up.
And I knew how it worked because I was like,
talking to other comic book friends.
talking to comic book things and I was reading little bits and I was just like, I was into it more and I was getting into the characters. I was reading the wikis and I was like doing all this kind of shit. And so by then it was like, oh, I understand
how this works.
And then I went back and I read all New 52
Also,
stuff.
you learn the lesson that you don't just read one, you read 100 different ongoing stories, and then you don't worry that you have to wait a month.
Yeah. That fills the hole inside me.
I mean, well, does it?
Well, no.
I'll teach you.
Oh my God.
I'll fill the hole inside.
Oh my God. But yeah, so I mean, technically speaking, you could say it was Green Lantern number 3. It was where I jumped off.
Sure. But more from the format, not the story.
Well, and even then, yeah. But I would hop back in for Forever Evil. Now, things that kind of like I've hopped off during arcs of various series.
Yeah.
Alternatingly, I've hopped off of Batman or Detective Comics. I try to always have one of them. Right now I'm getting both. But I have at times been like, okay, I think maybe I'm not into Detective Comics right now, and I leave. And I've done that. I've done that also with Superman and Action Comics. Off and on.
Yeah.
I was getting the Jeff Johns, John Romita Jr. Superman stuff, the Ulysses one, and it was like fine. And then I was like, I might be done with Superman for a little bit.
Fair.
I think I've since gone back and filled in some of those gaps, but So I've done that on series where it's like a creative team changes, or it's like I'm not really like I finish that arc because of the completionist in me, and then I hop off, and then that's usually when it gets better again. I go like fuck, and I got to go back.
Sure, yeah. Now you're like, I want to know how we got here.
Like that shit happens to me all the time. But truly, since Forever Evil, I have not hopped off of reading monthly comics.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe I've dropped a series, maybe I've whatever, but I pick something back up again, or if something big ties in, I go back and find it later. So basically since like 2013,
wow,
I haven't stopped reading monthly DC Comics.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, for 12 years, I've been reading them every month.
Man, that's nuts. I think...
Not even necessarily collecting, because for a time I was reading them digital. But then as my collection was going, I was like, oh, I should have these. And then it was pull lists and stuff like that. But
I wouldn't say it's a DC event that stopped me, but a real life event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My lack of access to my comics partly was the problem, but
yeah, years from now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck. How do I explain that?
Fuck. This is why I didn't want to do the bit.
I mean, I come and go. I think it is hard for me to. I got so many interests and hobbies and things that I'm constantly doing that it's hard to like dedicate the time to read, period. And I think I end up doing it when I am like on vacation or something like that.
What I do think is very sweet is right now, like it's easy for me and listeners to kind of shit on your laissez-faire attitude towards publishing the podcast and stuff like that.
Sure.
But it is kind of sweet that it's like you're too busy like enjoying time with your significant other and life, and then you go like, oh yeah, this fucking thing.
Yes.
Like it does frustrate me to no end, and I do want you to know that. But
look, it comes out each week.
But I do, absolutely not good enough. but I do like that it's not because you're like depressed in the dark.
No.
Doing something like, if there had to be a reason for you to make me so fucking angry every week, this is a good one.
Not angry enough to take it over yourself and be as good at me.
I would, but then you don't want me to do it because you don't like me editing it. So the person that's willing to do it and do it like
not
on
the same
time,
quality.
Yeah, but what's the good of quality if it never comes out?
Well, listeners,
they would absolutely prefer it to come out than be quality. You're throwing it out there. You're going to be disappointed.
You know what? For the Dr. DC podcast, tell me what you'd rather. And for the rest of the Dr. DC podcast,
fine,
whatever you decide is how we
lock them in.
Publish.
Lock them in. Yeah.
Would you rather a specific day or the actual quality? Because I remember...
Just keeping in mind the quality difference... Big for an audio person, negligible for a random listener.
That being said, imagine a time in the far distant future where somehow the doctor isn't around. And you guys somehow listen to the episodes where it's for somehow just me.
They would still prefer it to
and you comment fervently about the quality increase.
I could imagine how much that would hurt my feelings. I imagine that I was somewhere... like enjoying something and it would ruin that for me.
Oh my God, you guys have a real power against him. That's great to know, hey?
At any rate.
Yeah, right. If you guys had any fucking power over him, fucking Bruno would have hurt his feelings by now.
Yeah, I mean, the podcast is what it is. But so help me God, it can come out on the right day.
Look, the podcasts that matter do.
I mean, not even.
Well, it's mattered less.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
It's mattered less lately.
This is what I mean. Again, it's nice, but also like, let's get it together. Let's fucking get it together.
They always come out every week.
I don't like it. It's not good enough.
What are you, me?
It shouldn't be this way. I liked you better in an unhappy marriage.
Don't worry, I'll get there.
I think she'll get there.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. No, 100%. Yeah, I'm living life, baby.
I do like that.
I'm
for the record, I'm pro you living life.
That's good. I was really, you can't.
I mean, I have notes.
Yeah, oh, sure. You? In what world?
I mean, listen, I wouldn't have to if someone was doing their fucking job, but that's fine.
I'm doing it every week.
Not enough and not good.
I'm doing it better than you.
Fine, but I'm not on time.
Oh, wow. I mean, what is time?
Wow. Hey, the podcast was late this week, according to whom?
Yeah, exactly. Based on what barometer?
How fast are you moving?
I mean, that's the real question.
That's a fucking relativity.
Let's leave Facebook and go over to Instagram.
Now
I swear to fucking God.
Instagram.
This is 89. Good. Glad it was the same as the first one. From that D the Geek, which is the oh, this is DocMas. Holy shit.
I'm back.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I didn't tell you this. I fully passed out in Japan doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
In front of your family?
Yeah.
And what did they do?
It was bad.
It was the first time they seen that?
Imagine my wife seeing that.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine how calm and cool she was about
Oh, I'm sure she was real chill about it. And I'm sure you blew it off like it was nothing.
I totally came to and went, I'm fine.
I'm fine. Why would this bother you?
I hate how well you called that. But that's exactly what happened, pretty much.
In fact, I kind of liked it.
She was mad at me.
Yeah. It's almost like seeing your partner get paddled back to life.
Anyway.
Which is the worst Blue Beetle? Either by personality or by powers or by race.
Yeah, let's rank them by race.
The good ones and one bad.
White, and other.
Yeah.
No.
Regular, and etc.
So there's Dan Garrett, the original Golden Age Blue Beetle.
DG.
Ted Cord.
Yeah. Cord Industries, baby.
Everyone's favorite. And then Jaime Reyes.
We love Jaime. Maybe one day we'll get a movie.
That character is turning like 20 years old this year or next year.
Holy shit.
20 years of Jaime Reyes, the new Blue Beetle.
Wow, in like 2019?
Sorry? Oh, fuck.
The fucking indignancy and then the realization.
Right.
Do the math. I'm pretty sure the character's only been around for like 15 years at this point.
Fuck. Son of a bitch.
I mean, I personally I love Ted Cord, and I feel like this is a Flash situation where it's really about the version of that character that you got to really see and engage with and spend the most time with. Jaime's great, but like I'm more like I have gotten to experience it, but Ted Cord is the version. It's like the Booster Beetle like relationship. Like that's all the stuff that I got from Ted Cord.
Just because of the order in which I came to things.
Yeah.
One of my earliest exposures to Ted Cord was him getting shot in the fucking head.
Oh God, yeah.
And which I was like, oh no, he seemed so nice. And then you go back and you read the other stuff and you go like, oh man, that's awful.
He was so nice.
He was so nice. I've always liked Jaime Reyes because the powers, the scarab, like
the full control of the scarab,
and the idea of like the fused and alien technology that's in his brain and who's in control, and I love that kind of shit. I wouldn't ever want that for Ted.
No,
like I love the idea that Ted couldn't get it to work. Ted was not chosen by the Beetle. He just owned it for a bit. Yeah. I kind of love that because so many times in this, it's like, oh, and I wasn't. Then it's like, fine, you're chosen. They sort of like, okay,
give me the chosen one.
I kind of like that like that feels so real.
Yeah,
you know that his mentor kind of half was chosen. And he wasn't. And he's like, well, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then he gets fucking shot. And then this random kid gets it.
Totally.
I like that progression. I think I like Ted as a character. And I like that idea of like, I know Batman is non-lethal, but like I like the idea of like a non-violent Batman.
Yeah.
Like all of Ted's gadgets and that are like sound weapons or like big bubblegum shit or like
Sure.
Batman's like, I made a bunch of bat-shaped blades, but I won't kill you.
I'll get you close to death, but
You'll
not
be begging to die, and I will not let you.
Yeah. No. Some might say this is worse than death.
You know, I do like the idea of Blue Beetle being like, we could, if we're not going to kill.
We're just trying to immobilize them.
If we're not going to kill, we also don't need to do this.
Yeah. Like, there's a line.
I like all of that stuff, but they're almost totally different characters, basically, because the powers are different, because the setup, the story kind of elements are so different. They're almost different characters. I have so little connection to Dan Garrett that he's not really part of this conversation for me.
Though he's got more powers than
but like as a character, like,
well,
Dan Garrett's kind of hard to even define for me. Like,
this is either personality or by powers. Technically, Dan has more powers.
By powers, I want Jaime.
Yeah.
By character, I want Ted, I think.
Sure.
Dan loses both to me.
To me, Ted loses powers because he's technically less powerful than Dan Garrett.
I see what you're saying. But I like his tech. I like what he brings to the table. But
the worst at being Blue Beetle technically would be...
It's got to be Dan. He's Blue Beetle for like 10 years. He's like basically unknown. People forget about him.
Sure, but is that because of his abilities or...
Oh.
You're just making a rash decision.
Sweeping generalization.
Yeah. It's fine. I've read less of him.
I bet he sucked.
Yeah, I think he's racist.
Yeah. I heard he doesn't bring his trash to the curb.
I heard that he said he never wants anybody of the Latino background in this outfit.
Yeah. Ted, keep the scarab safe from you-know-who.
From them.
He died before he finished the sentence.
Yeah, I thought he meant like the villains.
I'll keep it safe.
Yeah.
Keep it safe from... Oh. Ted gets shot in the head.
They find a
goes
note.
to the afterlife. It's like, did you get my message? Like, oh yeah, I kept it safe. From?
Yeah.
You never said... Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who's got the fucking scarab?
Yeah, wait, who's in the costume now?
Son of a bitch.
All right, let's leave Instagram and head on over to Reddit.
Where everyone's nice and no one's ever mean.
From Bangarang 8.
Didn't cough my way through that one. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad. I feel like Captain Atom has become a bit of a meme where he shows up just to blow up. Does he have any good stories outside of JLI? That's just like me, baby. Show up to blow up.
That's cool, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
instantaneous.
Oh no.
What? It's not good?
No.
I'm not wasting their time. It's quick.
Captain Atom, I think
is it true that like he kind of shows up to blow up?
You sort of fall into the trap with Captain Atom of we're not sure what to do with him.
Yes. Because he's not Dr. Manhattan.
If we make him less powerful than Dr. Manhattan, then we kind of are unsure what to do with him.
Yeah.
And the army thing only plays so far.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, he's a superhero, but he's enlisted and he's got like these divided loyalties or whatever. That only plays so far because General Eiling is corrupt and Major Force is corrupt.
Yeah.
You know, Cadmus, whomever is corrupt.
And he's really only used his abilities a few times in the ocean and then twice in Japan.
Jesus.
He's an American Atom.
Could you imagine if Oppenheimer was a secret Captain Atom movie?
I mean, holy shit. You just blew the lid off this thing.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And then you look at the aftermath and it's a man standing.
Well, then they cut to 20 years later and he pops back into existence. Yeah. I'm gonna prophesy that in the year of our Lord 2024.
Wow, I can't even imagine that time. I'm sure life will basically be the same.
There
as it
will
is now.
start a series.
Okay.
Featuring Jenny Sparks, the Wildstorm character.
Hey.
That will be about Captain Atom kind of going crazy and deciding he's going to be God.
Oh.
and holding a sort of
Real Dr. Manhattan.
and holding a bar full of people hostage and sort of like messing with their lives and deaths at his
Sure,
whim.
yeah.
That book is, I would say, probably going to be fine.
Sure, yeah.
It's
You're probably right.
not the strongest King effort. Tom King,
Don't know him, but
a writer many will not know at this point.
yeah. You're really bad with an extra layer.
I don't like bits, and I don't like comedy.
I could do them instantaneously, but not ongoing.
I mean, if we're being true to the chronology of the show, I might not like comedy at this point.
Yeah, someone might have to say maybe drag you kicking and screaming into comedy
I'm not having fun.
until I'm only having fun.
Yeah. A switch really flips in a couple of years.
Yeah. It really changes the dynamics here. I think once you stop caring about
Really
being
starts
right,
putting you on the back heel.
yeah, when you stop caring about being right.
I mean, I always care about that.
Yeah, tell the listeners that.
I mean, it's like up to a point.
There it is.
Make your own podcast. I don't know. Fuck.
It's episode 89, and we can have chips on our shoulder.
Yeah, and we can have chips while we record because the sound is okay.
Yeah, maybe even giant bread.
Maybe in a future year, I'll bring cheese buns.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Trail mix.
Yeah, it sounds like a great snack for a podcast.
But yeah, that Jenny Sparks series features Captain Atom quite is about Captain Atom. But
Yeah.
again, like we kind of have to do the King thing of like, does this really fit his personality or his whatever?
Or we're just trying to fit him into a role.
It's kind of just fitting him into a story to tell. Like it doesn't really work that way. The Captain Atom stuff in the New 52 is more of like he blows up, he comes back, he is like blah, blah, blah. Like the what's it called? The Fall and Rise of Captain Atom is about him essentially faking his own death.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I just right now in 2025 I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore.
Wow.
Right now in 2025, Captain Atom is part of the Atom Project, and he's in there. I like the idea of Captain Atom.
That just sounds like an MTV like 2005.
yeah, the Atom Project.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Sorry.
But I do like I like him not being a full Manhattan of himself. I think the thing that bothers me with that Jenny Sparks book is that I don't love that for him.
Yeah,
In the main continuity, we've got Earth 4 with Captain Alan Atom, the more like Charlton-y, but then the one that's like a reflection of Watchmen itself, the Ouroboros kind of world that you like. Like, we got him over there. I'm okay with Captain Atom just being like a living energy guy that does energy stuff.
Yes.
But I do think we still run up against, well, there's him, there's Firestorm, there's Superman. Where does he fit? And really the only thing that people seem to be to latch onto is the army thing. But I don't think there's enough there. So we do kind of end up in this world of like, oh, he's absorbed too much energy. He's going to blow up.
Sure, yeah.
It does kind of happen a lot.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fair. I think that's always been my problem with him is that like no one's really. We've got fucking Firestorm, we got Dr. Manhattan. Like, there's just too many people in this realm, and I think like he's never really learned how to like be separate. I think
it works in Justice League Unlimited because you only have to see him like 7 times.
Yeah,
and you can play the army thing. But if that show just kept going the way comics do, they'd run into that problem too. So you can't even point at that show and be like, "That's the way to do Captain Atom," because like they've done that.
Yeah.
We ran out.
Yeah,
that's kind of the shit, you know.
So, is there any like what's the story someone should read then?
He's had some solo series. I would just check those out.
Yeah,
because you don't really want to read Armageddon.
Fair. Yeah.
You don't really, I would say, want to read Jenny Sparks.
Absolutely.
I think just read his solo series kind of stuff.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last question for this episode of DocMas.
Right. Baby.
Tomorrow it will be day 4.
That's right.
And
Right. Tomorrow I'm back. Cut out that bit where I kind of gave up.
It's
The bit where I couldn't hack it anymore.
Oh, yeah,
the
sure.
facade cracked and I wept openly. Cut that out.
Well, yeah, of course.
And then cut this out too where I'm describing it.
I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Listen, it's only episode 89. You still care.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, effects and sound effects in the
And we won't lose this episode.
I mean, I've never lost that episode before.
Yeah, what happened? Did your wife come in and swing a magnet around in the room or something?
She sung us proverbial magnet in our life.
Yeah, a sock full of magnets.
Yeah, fucking Jesus Christ. So check us out tomorrow. Make sure to ask questions on all of the platforms that we're on.
Yeah, for the new year.
Maybe we'll have a Patreon launch at some point.
Yes, maybe we will.
Yeah.
And then we'll have another one.
Yeah.
And I bet that one will be patreon.com/editpoint.
Yeah. And then eventually, once you finally watch Supernatural, you'll eventually...
Which I won't ever.
Well, yeah, but if you ever did, I imagine we would call a podcast for that rewatch Ghostfacers of Supernatural.
I like it. Without knowing what that means, I like it.
Yeah. You're gonna...
You're gonna love the way you laugh.
Fuck. You may not get it, but your future self is gonna love it.
Yeah. It's me, Marvin Supernatural.
Ciao.
Adios.
All the superheroes, they always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure, they are men of